years ago, 3 Māori organisations made some pretty brave decisions about what to do with their uneconomic land. And in 1998, the world's first Māori wine company was born. Nau mai, haere mai. Welcome to Tohu Wines. You make a good cuppa, Mugwi.
Good. I like a good cup of tea.
But this building, this is the newest part of Tohu Wines development. How did the whole thing start? You know, because it's been around for a few years now, hasn't it, Mugwi?
Yes, it started when we all started thinking, oh, well, we'd like to be in wine. It talked about wine.
And who's we?
Wakatu represents 4 tribes.
Okay.
And there's 7 board members on it, and who are up for re-election every 3 years. So everyone's on there on the ball. You know what I mean? Young Joseph Stafford, who was working for us at that time, and he sent him out like a hunt-away dog. He searched all over and tried to find partners, Maori incorporation or business partners to go into the wine business. And we finished up some land in Waihope Valley.
With the vineyard here in the upper Awatere?
Now
Is it everything you thought it was going to be?
The vision was that we were going to be somebody. We weren't going to be a nobody. We're not tied up with profits, but we have to show our shareholders that we're just not there just to look nice up on the top table.
How many shareholders do you reckon you've got?
A
couple of thousand?
Oh, no, there's about 12,000 I think there is.
So any regrets?
No regrets at all. No regrets, especially when you come see this winery here.
It's a beautiful building.
This is the start of another chapter. Yes, another chapter.
Well, here's to another chapter.
Yes.
Got any tea left in your mug? Yep, I can see. Don't splash it on me. Mondo Kopua started off as the landscape architect for the Tohu Awatere Vineyard, and now he's the vineyard manager for all the Tohu Vines. What's your favourite piece of gear? You know, when you're out there in the vineyards doing what you do?
My eyes.
Very lovely eyes, I must add.
For monitoring and just anticipating what's coming up. But, you know, I have a holster on me, I have secateurs, I have pliers, and I have a MacGyver knife. So, yeah, they're always on my waist.
Mondo, tell me a bit about this vineyard.
Well, it's always been Tohu's support to any areas that we can't put in vines is to slowly put back in native plants that are from this area. But every year we've been planting native plants wherever possible. You know, it's referred to as kaitiatitanga. So that encompasses spiritual connection that you have with the land and what comes from the land. There's Papa Tuanuku, but there's Ranginui, Sky Father. Especially up here, you know, Tawhiri, the winds is quite a force that's up here. Being Māori myself, I mean, I don't necessarily talk about that loudly to people. It's within me. So
it's just within you.
That's right.
It's all around you.
Especially with this surrounding, you know, we have Tapawai, Uanuku, Te Mona, Awatere, Te Awa, and those are life forces that I have an affinity with. Yeah.
Kia ora, my name is Bruce Taylor. I'm a winemaker for Tohu Wines. You know, the great thing about my job is that I have a beautiful vineyard which produces really good fruit, and so my job more or less is just to look after it, try not to make too many mistakes, and basically sneak it into the bottle with as few errors as possible.
So how's the Sauvignon looking?
The Sauvignon is looking really good, Yvonne. We have some in this tank right here. So this has just been pressed. This is coming down from our vineyard up in the upper Awatere.
Okay.
And it's sitting in here for a very little bit of time before it goes into barrels for fermentation.
So this is just juice?
This is just juice at this stage, no yeast.
Can I taste it?
You sure can.
Well, I can smell it straight from the jug.
Cool.
It smells like gooseberries and elderflower.
Yeah, we get a lot of green characters from up there in the upper Awatere as well. So a little bit of capsicum. I always think a little bit of herby, like a sage or a Not quite a rosemary, but definitely that sage and kind of wild thyme character as well.
But you mentioned that it was going to go into barrels. Does all of your Sauvignon go into barrel? Or?
Certainly not. This is, I guess this is just for reserves. So this one, because it's going to be fermented in barrel and we want it fairly cloudy, so you can see it's not crystal clear.
No.
So most of our Sauvignon that we would do just in stainless steel would go very clear.
Okay, Bruce. So, juice, first stage. This is the second stage? What's going on in the barrel?
So this is where all our wild yeast, the yeast that are just floating around in the atmosphere, and hopefully will end up in the barrel, and they will just carry out their little fermentation. So very uncontrolled compared to what we're doing in the tanks. Is that mine I poured first, or was that yours? I wasn't very polite.
I'll forgive you this time.
Okie doke.
Gosh, there's a lot going on in there. There's fruit there, but it's not bright, shiny fruit. It's quite deep and complex and...
Yeah. We're really looking for layers in this wine, I guess.
Yeah.
You want the fruit, but you also want complexity, so you want some of those lees notes, that kind of, a little bit of that butterscotch and some of that cheesy, those kind of brioche notes coming through.
Do you know, after tasting this wine, I can see why those fantails love it in this winery so much.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers to the pī waka waka.
Absolutely. Cheers to Mugwi.
Yeah, nice one, Mugwi.
Most kind and heavenly Father, we ask you to bless this food that it may nourish and strengthen our bodies, and we give thanks to the many blessings that we receive each day.
Oh, I could lock in here for a few hours, especially with Kai like this.
Got some tanks for you to plunge, Yvonne.
Oh, I'm up for it.
Bit of cleaning to do.
Probably not in this frock, though. Olivia, it must be really fascinating, you know, being able to tell the Tohu story.
It's interesting, it's different, you know, and like Uncle Mugwi talks about it, it's his history and interwoven with Māori culture, Māori mythology.
And it's just another fantastic use of the land.
It is, and that's why, you know, the Tohu logo, it's our gift from the land.
Well, you're not doing too badly. All right, cheers to Tohu, and cheers to family. And of course, staff, you guys, you're part of the family, part of the whānau. Yeah. Cheers to you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Of course, they'll be wanting a Christmas present now, you know that. It was fairy tale stuff. Peter Clark, a Sandhurst-trained soldier in the British Army and then the New Zealand Army, meets Jane, a pretty young nurse. They marry, have 3 children and embark on a busy life in the city. But in their late 40s, after the kids had flown the coop, Mr. and Mrs. Clark decided to ditch the city, buy a block of land in Marlborough's upper Awatere Valley, plant grapes and retire. But things don't always go to plan. Wow,
Hi,
Peter and
Yvonne.
Jane, this is amazing! This view!
It's pretty lovely, isn't it?
It's incredible! Look at the cliffs! Oh, and the vines and the river.
We often remind ourselves it's not a bad office to work in.
So, tell me, why on earth you decided to leap into growing grapes?
So we sat down, we had a bit of a strategic meeting,
A strategic meeting.
a lifestyle changing meeting between the two of us. We decided we wanted to work for ourselves. We decided we wanted to grow something.
Right.
And we wanted to be in the export game because New Zealand is an export country.
Ooh, very canny.
So grapes fitted that wonderfully. And,
Were you wine fans anyway?
Yeah, we liked a glass of wine, but
We're not connoisseurs. We didn't then know very much about wine.
Did you have any idea about how much physical work would be involved in setting up a vineyard when you made this executive decision?
No.
And I was often exhausted at the end of the day, knowing how far I had to go. And then we had a frost. In November 2002, we were completely wiped out with frost.
So the whole
house,
vineyard here was
spring frost.
Brown.
wiped out.
Yeah, lost the whole crop.
What happens? What do you do when a disaster like that
the first
happens?
reaction was, I'm going to be consulting for a little while yet. But you still have to manage the vineyard. You still have to manage the canopy. It's just you don't have any fruit.
Oh, how heartbreaking.
We came back the next day. and decided, well, it's happened, now we've got to manage this, and next year will be another year.
Well, we've got some glasses here. You've got a bottle. Let's taste some of the Sauvignon, shall we? Ooh. You know, I love the way that smells. Really floral, isn't it?
When you drink the end product and you think, oh no, it's this is really why we came, and why we're doing what we're doing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's quite limey, zingy.
It's a little bit different, isn't it, from the Wairau Valley? It's more flinty, it's more mineral.
Very fruity.
But it's fruity as well.
And do you miss the UK? Do you ever think maybe I should have stayed there?
No, every time I go back I think, no, I prefer...
We couldn't have anything like this. No.
No, they don't build it like this in the UK.
No, they don't, do they?
Very lucky.
Inspired by his high school geography teacher who'd spent time in Bordeaux, 16-year-old Simon Clark decided viticulture and winemaking was the life for him. So it's all kind of action stations, isn't it, Simon?
Yeah, this time of year it's
full on.
it's a good time to come.
This is your Riesling and it's not far off being harvested itself, is it?
Yeah, no, we're harvesting in a few days' time, so the acids are really good.
Okay.
We're looking for.
Gosh, you know, some of the berries are really tiny, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's really crisp and citrusy and...
Really looking for that the limes and a bit of apricot coming through.
Yeah, stone fruit, definitely.
It's
Speaking
ready
of
to go.
stones.
Yeah, we've got no shortage of rocks here. Funny story, actually. We had the planter. He was having a lot of trouble getting the vines planted, and he jumped out of his tractor at some stage and kicked some stones and walked off, and he said, "You can't make good wine in this place."
Oh, do you have a bit of a tanty?
Yeah. Then a couple of years later, it's hello, trophy. So I must find out where he lives and I can send him some wine.
Riesling is a big deal for Clark Estate, isn't it? I mean, why is that? Why have you chosen to
Well, after
go with it?
After university, I travelled around the world and ended up in Germany. And I did a vintage with Dr. Lozen in the Moselle.
Okay,
and
a very famous producer.
Yeah, I was very green, but it was an amazing experience. And when we decided to plant some more vines up here, I said, nope, got to have Riesling.
Okay.
So.
And you just do the one Riesling, like Clark Estate Riesling, trophy winning.
Yeah, we do that one, and we do my special one, which is Blockade. It's more refined, and it's more. It's a little bit sweeter.
Okay.
But there's more of the play and the acidity and the sweetness. There's that tension. So here we have it.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you, kind sir. Let's see. Wow. I see what you mean about that. Just that hint of sweetness. And yet it's bursting with all this gorgeous kind of really sexy citrus and...
Yeah, it's a New Zealand wine made in the German style. So.
I couldn't help noticing those incredible cliffs behind us.
Well, it's the papa underneath. It's
Papa.
Yeah, that thick grey layer. You've got the soil on top.
Okay, can see that.
And then you're sitting on a papa layer, which is effectively old seabed, really. And I think it really comes out in the wines that there's that chalkiness and that minerality.
You're right, you know.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Don't they look amazing? As well as adding to the next generation of Clark family future winemakers, backing their brother up in the all-important sales, marketing and export stakes are Jennifer and Sarah.
Gosh, the beginning.
Your mum?
Yeah. The baby vines.
What a hard worker.
Yeah, she said she used to know every single vine.
She used to know every single vine.
22,000 of them. Yeah, by name. Name them all.
Yes. Pinot Gris. It smells like white nectarine and white peach, and it's really good.
I can really taste the ginger. I really like ginger. I really taste it.
You're right. It's ginger and all sorts of kind of baking spices, and it's not dry, but it's not sweet. It's really good.
Nice.
Now tell me about
the crest or the what is it? Is it a family crest or like a little sort of medal thing? It's our own made up. There's a little bit of soldier going on with the EMI, which was the corps that Dad was in the army. There's the nurse's badge in there. There's the Hertfordshire deer. And then at the bottom is Arte et Mater, which is by skill and hard work.
By skill and hard work. And there's still plenty of hard work for Peter and Jane, even though they now have a more overseeing role in the business. The other thing that keeps everybody busy, though, is the growing hordes of grandchildren.
Not getting those strawberries.
Hold on, here comes the cheesecake. Hang on. Cheesecake. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Here we go. Dessert Pinot Gris.
Yeah.
And you've chosen this as our special pudding match.
I call it a Christmas wine because it's got those Christmas flavours, cinnamon, orange marmalade, dried apricot. I think both of them are quite, for what they are, they're quite light and fresh, and they work so well together.
They really do. Cheers, everyone. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, kids, you're on dishes. An astrolabe is an ancient navigational tool that measures the position of the stars. It's also the name of the sailing ship that explored the Marlborough coast in the early 1800s. When winemaker Simon Waghorn embarked on his own business venture, he chose the name Astrolabe because he liked its historic ties with Marlborough and its connotations of exploration and discovery. He trained as a winemaker decades before wine in New Zealand became the industry it is today, and he's constantly searching for new varieties and sites that allow him to make the very best wine he can. So Simon Waghorn has one of the best palates in the business. He's sought after when it comes to judging at wine shows in New Zealand and overseas. He's amazing. My taste buds are going to get a serious workout.
Well, here we are in the Awatere, which is really now sort of the heartland of our Sauvignon Blanc. Most of our Sauvignon Blanc is grown in this valley. This vineyard has, over the last couple of years, been one of the ones I've chosen to include in my Awatere blend. It just has a lovely lifted sort of jalapeno character and a nice white currant
So
leaf.
who looks after this vineyard? Who owns the land? Who's your grower?
This is owned by the Van Ash family and looked after by Jeff and Rachel Van Ash, and they've been farming this land for generations. So for us, it's very typical of our grower base. The people that love their land, have lived on it for a long time, know how it works. They're farmers by nature, but they also have a great affinity for growing the grapes the way we want them grown.
Okay. It's a good day.
It is a great day. Great day in the Awatere, and it's always good to be in the Awatere. You'll see behind us Mount Tapi Wainuku.
Mount Tapi.
Mount Tapi, it's a majestic, dominating force in this valley. It's a decent climb. It's not to be sneezed at. Ed Hillary used to practice on that mountain before he went to Everest.
It must be so fantastic, kind of having this sort of smorgasbord.
That's what it's all about, really.
Sites to choose from.
That's where we get our style from, because we have chosen the sites where we want the grapes grown. And people may think that Sauvignon Blanc and Marlborough is all much of a muchness, but I end up with 30 wines after fermentation that I use to make my blends, and they're all unique in their own aspects.
Astrolabe sources fruit from 19 different vineyards scattered around almost every Marlborough sub-region, including a secret plot of vines much further south on the Kekarengu coast. I feel like I'm in this kind of secret valley. You can't see anything from the road. We're way up on the top of the hill. There's kind of snowy peaks, and there's the coast over there.
We found it really by accident and then fell in love with it. And it has a wonderful series of terraces starting just behind us. You see the higher one.
So when you did decide to plant, did Simon and the team at Astrolabe tell you what they wanted in the ground, or did you kind of make that decision yourself?
Jeremy really was the man, and Jason Yank were the people who gave us the best clone to put down, and just really advised us what to happen, and we all still talked, and then Simon came in and said, just make it happen.
And it did.
And it did. We've got the Kekiringu Pinot Gris in front of us. I've heard a huge amount about this wine.
We get to a little bit of an interesting musky perfume, which I think comes from the limestone. That's definitely a feature of this year in, year out, that sort of musky, chalky sort of perfume.
And you're right, it's got that lovely kind of really crisp but soft textural mouthfeel, and it's dry, but there's a richness to it.
It's a wine that's built for aging, and this wine should be still very good drinking 20 years' time.
20 years' time?
Yeah, I can say that without any doubt. It's the quality of the fruit, the cleanliness of the fruit at harvest, the screw cap bottle. It's a bulletproof wine that'll gather mass and bottle age complexity as it goes on.
I like that, a bulletproof wine.
We just love what Simon does with it.
I think
Josie puts the vineyard in the bottle.
Yes, exactly. While it's harvested.
Yeah.
While it's being harvested, we're still eating the grapes. And it's still there. Yeah. And Simon, we take our hat off to Simon, Jeremy and Jason. Just awesome.
No, we're very proud to be part of the team.
With the hungry growers about to arrive for dinner after their tour, it's all go in the kitchen with Jane and assistant winemaker Tim. I've got to admit, Tim, I'm a little bit surprised to see you in the kitchen, and you've been here all day. Shouldn't you be in the winery?
Yeah, well, I should, but in a former life, I was a chef.
What you've got to try, though, is the seafood.
Yes.
What kind of seafood have you got? Well, we've got some wonderful Marlborough clams.
Ooh, yum.
And Tim has been out and has gathered de Villiers, which is bull cow.
Yeah.
And he's cooking the clams inside the seafood.
That's a bit fleshed
in beautiful bags.
And it just steams inside the bag, so you get this lovely sort of juice, and I've thrown a wee bit of lemon and stuff in there as well.
You know, what's your favourite bit of the growers' dinner? I mean, do the strippers come out?
No, not at all. The favourite bit is just about the fact that we all get together and have a social time together, and we get an opportunity to share food with them and cook for them and show our appreciation for the fact that we value them as part of our company.
We've got a few wines here today. We've got the whole Astrolabe range on the table. We've also managed to dig out a wee vertical tasting of Sauvignon. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
And here come the clams.
I thought what he was going to say.
This has been awesome. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.